Welcome back, everybody.
Hey. So you're at the stables. You've bought some new horses, and you have picked up your previous horses who had overeaten their food. So you bought them some rations, right? You bought the horses some feed for what you said. How long?
8 days.
Okay. So is there anything else that you would like to do in the city? Is there anything else that you'd like to purchase? Supplies, equipment, anything else at all?
So Elias had a good point that we might need bedrolls or like rations for Yuey and Adair.
Okay.
So maybe we could pick some up. I'm guessing there must be like a grocery store or what's a better D&D type name for?
Yeah, like a general store.
Yeah, like a
general store. Yeah.
Outfitter or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Go for it, Adair.
Do we have any money left to be able to afford any of those things?
Yeah. I've got many.
Okay.
Okay. And is there anything that Breaker and Elias would like?
Nah, I'm still good on rations.
Okay.
Okay, wait. So I think Breaker needs some rations. So he hands Adair another purse of cash, probably about 30 silver pieces, and says, "Give me some rations and a bedroll for yourself."
So you can quite easily find an outfitters. It's actually an outfitters called the Car Brothers, and they have sort of a purple boar's head which is painted onto the sign outside the shop. The bedrolls will cost you 1 denarii per bedroll. And what else did you want? You wanted rations, right? So rations are quite pricey. Field rations, they'll cost you 2 silver pieces, 2 denarii, per person, per day.
Is that what you need to sustain yourself?
Well, that's if you just live off the rations, right? So if you just lived off field rations, if you supplemented your field rations with forage and with hunting, that would prolong the life of those rations. But bear in mind that hunting within the Dominion, if you get caught hunting, it is a crime.
Oh. Damn it. But foraging is fine, right?
Yeah, foraging is absolutely fine as far as you know.
Okay, but we don't want to rely on that.
So it's 2 silvers per person per day.
Indeed.
What is in these rations?
And
So should we get rations for 8 days as well?
Yeah.
For those like 16.
I'm not paying 32 silver pieces.
You can haggle.
Yes. That option.
Okay. What would you like to roll?
Persuasion.
So are you all going to this provision and now this general store to purchase stuff? You're all there at the moment, right?
yeah, can maybe
Okay.
try and get like a...
Breaker's going to stay with the horses.
Okay, so Breaker's staying with the horses. So have you led the horses to outside of this general store, and the rest of you have gone inside?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's
Breaker and Chanug will stay outside.
Yeah. So who's the most familiar with the city?
That would be Yuey.
Okay, Yuey, do you want to roll me a history roll or some sort of roll to represent knowledge of the city?
Yeah, sure.
If you please.
19.
Okay, so you're within a store known as the Car Brothers Trading. You know this name. Again, the symbol is a purple boar's head, which hangs on the sign outside of the store. You know that this place is quite notorious for sort of, you think, bullying and strong arm tactics in their dealing. You've heard the name before, and you've noted negative connotations with their name. So you're standing within the store. And Elias, you would like to haggle for rations, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, make me some rolls. Do you want to roll persuasion like you did with Grom?
I would have liked to, but I rolled a natural 1.
Okay. It seems as though they are staying firm on their price. They're very much again, it's a strong arm price. Let's be honest.
Adair steps in and says, "Can you? We're buying in bulk. Can you not give us a good deal?" and probably
Do you want to
try
roll
and.
persuasion?
God, persuasion's probably gonna give me something bad. Yeah, I guess persuasion.
What did you roll, Elias?
18.
7.
My result.
Yeah, your result was a 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to make a roll, please, Adair?
I did. It was 18.
Oh, okay. So what exactly are you saying to these people?
Discount.
Bulk discount basically.
Oh, they are. So what was the total price of these rations? Was 30?
32.
Okay.
Are you sure? That doesn't sound
I
right.
think it was 16. Because I think, wasn't it two?
It's
Was it two per day?
Yeah.
for per
Yeah.
person. So,
2
Yeah.
silver pieces per person per day. Yeah.
And we need 8
for
days.
8 days and
Okay,
5
so-
people. So isn't it like 80 something or something? Or am I?
I've got rations.
Oh, I see.
Breaker needed. So yeah, 40
And
40
Tanog?
Tanog he sorts himself out.
Okay. we don't. He can't talk, so he can't complain, so it's fine.
He's got those leaves that he eats.
Yeah.
So you just to be clear that you can supplement these, right? You don't have to live solely off rations. So you can supplement this with forage. So you can
Oh,
split
yeah,
say
we've got the
one
druid.
ration over 2 days if you want. So like 4 rations would last you 8 days if you foraged. So that's perfectly all right. So you can go off that basis
Okay.
as long as you say that you're going to be foraging and just say that every single day. The
So
person
say-
ums and ahs and they say that's absolutely fine. They can give you a small discount of 5 silver pieces.
Okay, let's get 20 silvers worth. And we'll supplement with forage.
Yep.
And let's get out of here.
Okay.
How do we want to split it? Or are we just gonna?
That's fine. Load it on the horses. We'll
Okay.
split it. Yeah.
Oh, we also need bedrolls.
Yeah, I paid for those as well.
Okay.
Well, whoever's doing the quartermaster job would track all of the shared party supplies and gear. But again, you must however you see fit, right? So bedrolls are 1 silver piece per bedroll. They are basic, and they do the job.
And also let's get some winter blankets. Just in
Okay.
case. I think Breaker and I already have.
Yeah, we do.
Blankets, 5 silvers in the player's handbook.
Yeah,
And
they'll
that's
sit you back
these.
10 bronze pieces
Okay, cool. Sorted.
per winter blanket, though, right? So that's 20 bronze pieces in total.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, there isn't anything else that.
What is
potentially might-
Elias and sorry, not Elias. What is Yuey and Adair doing in terms of their equipment? What are you actually wearing? What are you equipped with at the moment?
So Adair was able to get some light armor from Sparks back in the sewers. So she's wearing leather armor. She has a shield. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, and then in terms of weapon, what weapon is Adair using?
She has the sword still. She can't give that one up.
Okay, and then Yuey?
So Yuey, the same he picked up from Sparax and the Hunters, studded leather armor. He's got a small dagger, a spear, and then like a shield, like a buckler. And yeah, that's it. And he's got the trident as well, but I don't think he's actually proficient because I think that's like a martial weapon. So he's got like a simple spear that he can use instead.
Yeah, it's a martial weapon.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think Adair would use the sword either because it's metal. It's
Swords.
against.
Swords are fine. Well, yeah, druids can't use swords, but I think they can use scimitars.
Oh,
Specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You can use a sword. I don't care. So if you'd like to use a sword, you can.
Cool. If we can't use our magic, then we shall.
Okay, and then just remind us then, Elias and Breaker. So what do you actually, Breaker, you're equipped with that large two-handed sword, correct?
Correct.
Is it like
Okay.
a claymore?
That's it. That's a great sword.
Great sword.
And Elias, what are you actually equipped with?
I've got masterwork studded leather armor and a rapier and a longbow and daggers.
Okay, and you've all got the daggers that were given to you by Sparax as well as the medallions, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so are you heading out? Are you going to try and attempt to follow this map?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay. So tell me exactly where you're going.
Gonna go on that west road.
Okay.
Yeah, Yuey and Elias had a pretty good idea of where we're heading. So yeah, that
Yeah.
western road.
And we're gonna keep an eye out for ruins on the left side of the, I guess the south side of the road.
Yeah.
Because from those ruins we think there's a path to the fort.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is the marching order that you're going in? Who's going in front? Tell me how you're proceeding.
I think maybe Yuey and Elias first, maybe.
Yeah.
We kind of have a rough idea of what we're doing or where we're
2
going.
by 2 sort of thing.
Yeah. Elias and
Sure.
Yuey, then Breaker and Adair, and then Tanog bringing up the rear.
Okay. Right, so you're heading, if you go over to Roll20, you're heading out on this road over here that I'm pinging, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, right,
Correct.
so you're heading main western road, right? So this road would normally take you down into Elias province, which is the home of Yuey. So you head west away from the city, leaving the hustle and bustle of Ruperton behind you. As you've come to expect, the roads of the Dominion are orderly and maintained. Wide paved roads flanked with stone measuring blocks and lined with cypress trees and fruit trees. As you travel, you pass the occasional merchant caravan or pilgrim. The land around you slowly becomes more wild and untamed. And far to the southwest, you can see the mountain range known as the Daunt Mountains, capped in brilliant white snow. So you said you are keeping a lookout as you travel for what? For ruins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to make me perception checks or perhaps even nature checks if that skill is better, the two people in front?
12 for Yuey.
Okay.
8 for Elias.
So you're traveling for pretty much the entire day. So actually, Breaker, do you want to give me a roll? Actually, all give me a roll. So Breaker and Adair as well. And can you make a roll for
Oh, and
Tanog?
Tanog. Yeah, will do.
Is this perception or nature?
Whatever's
Whichever
better,
one's higher.
really.
16.
Okay. And Adair, you got...
Tanog got 20, not a natural 20.
Okay.
The one that can't talk.
And Adair, what did you get?
I got 10.
Okay. So Breaker and Tanog. So you're traveling pretty much for the entire day. Again, the surrounds are getting more and more wild as the day progresses. So the sun is now low on the western horizon, and the light is fading fast. So to the south, this is again Breaker and Tanog. So to the south, a few hundred yards from the main road, you see an area that is kind of like littered with large mounds. Difficult to tell apart from the sort of hills. And from between them jut low stone crumbling walls. I'm just going to drag you guys across to the setting page as well on Roll20, just to give you an idea of what the lands around look like. So this is the sort of countryside that you're traveling through. So Breaker, that's what you see as the day is coming to an end and the light is fast fading.
Pretty. Breaker spots these ruins, like looks around, and then makes eye contact with Tanog, who also spotted them, and then just lets out a whistle to everybody, like just points over with his eyes.
Good job. Let's head off the road. There should be a path in those ruins.
Okay. So you're all heading off the path, and heading off to the main road, and you're looking for a path, right?
Yeah. Yuey and Elias figured that there should be like the remains of an old path from these ruins to the fort.
Yeah. And can we
So
also
we
kind of keep an eye out, like if there's anyone lurking in the ruins, or if there's anyone about?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just approaching the sort of area with these mounds, and there's kind of like crumbling walls among them, and you're just kind of fanning out and looking for a path. Like, what exactly are you doing?
Yeah, I think that'll be the best way.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to give me an investigation as you're trying to look for this path?
Yeah. Everyone.
Yes, please. If you're all looking.
Yeah. 15 from you.
Okay. What's your reels rolled?
Terribly for Elias. Tana
Breaker spots it from the back.
got a 13.
Okay.
Adair 6.
So as I mean, you're still in formation at this point, right? So the people at the front are going to be Yuey and Elias. So you're kind of proceeding ahead. The light is fading fast, so it's kind of difficult to see what's going on at the moment. I mean, apart from the people who've got dark vision, of course. So Yuey, as you're in the front, you manage to spot what you think is a path. You're not 100% sure. It could be a deer trail or an animal trail. You're not quite sure. But if it is a path, it's kind of very, very overgrown. And not well trodden if it is indeed a footpath.
Mm. Can I bring this to the attention of the group, and then just wondering, sort of out loud, so if this would be, if Fimbria would be in this fort, I mean, I'd assume there would be a proper road to the fort.
Depends.
Perhaps we should investigate this path anyway.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the fort is really old because no one knew where it was besides this antiquarian. So I imagine that the path would be quite overgrown.
Mm.
It was like the path from the old fort to this old settlement or whatever.
Yeah.
Is this path headed in the right direction? Is it heading southwest?
Yeah, it's heading approximately southwest.
I say let's follow this until sunset, and then we can make camp.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, so it's quite late in the day as it is, so it's pretty much sunset right now.
Okay, let's set up camp here. We should be sheltered from the road in these ruins. Yeah, just keep a low profile. Let's not be spotted from the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adair, Yuey, Breaker, thoughts?
Agreed.
Sounds good.
Adair has a little look around the area just to forage a little bit and see if there's not something worthwhile.
Sure. Do you want to roll me a nature, please?
Sure.
And what are the rest of you doing?
Just laying out bedrolls, starting a fire, but like sheltered.
Okay, so you're starting a fire, but on the other side of the mounds and ruins away from the
Yeah,
away from the main path.
Yeah, I figure if there's like a low wall or something still standing, like we'll make the fire behind that, so it's not visible from the road.
Breaker wants to do just a perimeter check, make sure there's nothing, like no activity from people recently or something like that.
Okay. Do you want to roll me a perception, please, Breaker? What did you roll, Adair?
11.
Okay. So you're kind of scouting out. The area becomes progressively more wooded towards the south and more hilly and more mountainous. So, further this position. So are you kind of heading off into the woods and foraging about?
Not going too far, just within eyesight, just checking around for. Beg your pardon?
What is your dark vision range? How far can you see at night as a dwarf?
How do you tell?
60 feet.
Should be 60.
Okay. So you're trying to stay within 60 feet plus 60 feet, right? Because if Elias has got 60 feet dark vision at 60 plus 60, so you're trying to stay within 120 feet of the. I'm lying. 60
No,
feet.
because then we
It would just be
able to
60
look at
feet.
the same thing.
As far as I can see, yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
I'm
I
not
mean,
thinking right. So
you'd
60
be
feet, right?
able to see our campfire. You'll see
Yeah.
also that the campfire is hidden from the north.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Yep.
Okay, and then Breaker, what did you roll?
17.
Okay,
Doing
so
on that voice.
you're looking for signs of anybody else, right?
Human activity or anything like that.
Okay. And then Yuey and
Or
Elias.
actually, not even any. If there's any, like basically tracking or any sort of disturbances here. Even if it's a
Okay.
beast.
And then Elias and Yuey, you guys are setting up camp, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're making camp. Adair is out foraging, and Breaker is kind of like scouting around. So Breaker, yeah, you think that there's been some activity on this, what you think is a trail or path. The ground is kind of slightly sandy, and you think that there's been footfalls in the sand, for sure. You know, slightly like trodden down grass, as well as imprints in the sand. So Adair, you are looking for forage to supplement your food, your rations.
Yeah, something along those lines for the group. Just general, like, there's
Just a snack before
mushrooms or-
bed. Okay, look, I mean, you managed
Or
to
food
gather
for-
some berries, basically, like some basic berries that are like somewhat edible. There's no mushrooms at this time of year, so yeah, you managed to gather some semi-edible berries, basically.
Okay.
What does
And
that even mean? Okay.
That means they are not toxic, but they're not pleasant to eat.
Well, dwarves can withstand poison, so it's fine.
Okay, so you set up camp for the evening. Are you posting watch? Tell me which order.
Yeah.
Tanog first. I take sunrise.
Okay, so Tanog is first and Break is last, right?
As Breaker pulls out that bottle of something that he swiped from Sparax's camp.
Nothing better than a drunk watchman.
I'll sober up by morning.
So Yuey doesn't have dark vision, so he asked if he could do either first or last, just in case there's still light then.
It's actually cool. I mean, how many of us are there without Yuey? 4. Doing what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. You get some rest.
Okay, thank you.
Adair will do second, so after Tanog.
I'll do third. I only need 4 hours of sleep anyway. Trance, I mean.
Mm-hmm. So Tanog, Adair, Elias,
Exactly.
and then Breaker, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you set up camp for the evening. You unfurl your bedrolls. The fire is crackling. Are you cooking? Is there anything else that you're doing other than having this fire for warmth?
Yeah.
Yuey is studying. Well, he's lying on his bedroll and he's studying his tome. So he's conjured like a tiny ball of light that he uses to illuminate the scripture.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually he closes the book and goes to sleep.
Okay.
Breaker's gonna be lying on his back on his bedroll, examining the orb, and like taking swigs of his the bottle that he pocketed. Occasionally
Okay.
passing it to Elias.
Elias was doing the cooking. He added the berries to some oats and whatever else and used his elven cookery skills. And now he's just cleaning up and sharing the bottle with Breaker.
Adair was helping, and has now gone back to her bedroll.
Okay. So yeah, so you make camp for the night. You've had this, whatever it is you made of the berries. You're passing around the drink. Breaker is obsessing over his wonderful shiny orb, and Yuey is doing his scholarly things in the evening as the light completely fades. So the first watch passes without incident, and Tanog wakes up Adair, ready for her watch. While Adair, you are on watch, please give me a perception check.
Sure thing. Oh, I'm a great one.
What did you
You
get?
get sleep in your eyes.
Okay. So you think you see some sort of animal on the edge of your dark vision. You're not quite sure. It's probably like a boar or a deer or something. So it's you hear like sort of crashing noises in the forest, a breaking of a branch, and you think it's a deer or some sort of forest animal. So the rest of your watch, Adair, passes without incident, as does Elias's watch and Breaker's watch. Do you want to give me a perception with disadvantage, please, Breaker, because you are drunk?
I imagine, like Elias is done with his trance by now. I imagine he and Breaker take watch, like Breaker's after Elias, so that they can hang out.
Don't try and make up for it now.
Well, what else is Elias gonna do? He's had his 4 hours.
I don't know. What does Elias actually do in his downtime? Like when he's got nothing to do?
Why does Elias only...
With disadvantage, I got
He's an
18.
elf.
Wow.
Breaker catches wind of something and smells whatever the DM describes.
Yeah, so Breaker, you can hear noises just coming from the main road. I mean, it's only a few hundred yards away, but there's already the sounds. Due to it being early morning, you can hear the sounds of sort of wagons and what have you, on the main road. It's nothing untoward.
Nothing
Okay.
untoward. Okay, quiet.
So it is now the next day. What are you doing?
Let's break camp and check out that path. See how it looks in the daylight.
Yep.
Cool. So this path, what you think is the footpath, is really overgrown. If it is indeed a footpath, it's clearly not been trodden in many years. You think?
Yeah, this is as good as any. Fits the map.
Okay. So you want to follow this footpath, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your march order, please?
Same as
Same
before.
as the
Same as
2
before.
by 2. If
You're
there's-
not going to be able to walk 2 by 2 on this path. It's like really tiny. If you imagine like a deer trail, that's very, very narrow.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think Yuey's more familiar with this area than Elias. I'm happy to go second.
Yep. So Yuey can go first.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Adair, I think you should be third in case there's anything that your druid eyes might see.
So whoever's going first, I would like you to make me nature rolls, please. Some sort of roll to try and follow this trail, because again, it is incredibly sparse, worn away, and overgrown. It's going to be difficult to follow.
Sure.
So it'll either be nature or survival.
Yeah, whatever's higher, you can roll.
Yep.
Whoever's
I
the
got
point
a
man.
14.
Yeah,
for
make
Yuey.
3 rolls.
3. Okay. And a 20 and a 19.
She's all over it.
Like that.
Okay, so again, the footpath has kind of become very much overgrown. It's not been trodden for a very long time, as I said. So the area close to the main road is fairly open and sparse. It's kind of dotted with trees. As the day goes on, the ground becomes increasingly irregular and more undulating as the path snakes towards the mountains. The furthest northern point of the Daunt Mountains juts out like a giant fang in the form of a spur. As the day goes on, the area becomes more heavily forested and the inclines steeper. The sounds of civilization are now far away. After approximately a half-day's march from the main road, the path crests a low ridge, and it brings into view a forbidding structure straddling the mountainous spur. A dark stone wall, topped with crenellations, rises up above the trees. You can see, nestled within these walls, a round tower rises higher still.
So Yuey, as soon as he spots this, sort of motions to the party to slow down. I think
You make me a perception.
we've arrived at the fort. A perception, you said?
Yes.
15.
Okay. You think you see, it's far away, but you think you see the outline of some sort of figure passing between the crenellations.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very far away.
Yeah. So he turns around. Should we tie up the horses and maybe proceed on foot, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Is
Let's leave the
there,
horses.
Okay, so you're going to tie the horses up to like a tree or something?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
like nose bags or whatever. Whatever the responsible thing
feed
to do with
bags.
horses is. Yeah.
feed bags and just let them loose.
you don't overeat again?
Okay, so you can see this structure in the distance. So tell me exactly what you're doing now. Like give me your plan of approach to get to this structure.
Adair questions whether or not anyone thinks there is hostile forces within.
What are we doing here? Are we trying to get information? Like, are we trying to break in and find proof of something? Or do we want to confront Fimbria?
So I
So you
think
guys have had
we-
dealings with Fimbria before, right?
Yeah. But I don't think he would be particularly welcoming of us.
What did you do?
No, nothing. He was just like, after the last job, he just paid us and was like, done.
Okay.
So Sparax, he was suspicious of Fimbria, right? That he was like in league with Mercator. Was that the
Yeah.
case?
Yeah.
Who has like usurped power in Repartum?
Yeah. I think it might be best to sneak up to the fort under cover of darkness and then, I don't know, do some reconnaissance.
Okay, so you're saying that you all want to wait until nightfall, and then you want to, bearing in mind there's an incline through a heavily wooded area to get up to this fort, right? So you're saying you want to wait until nightfall and then just sneak up through the woods to the wall of this fort. Is that what you want to do?
If there's cover, then we can do it during the day. Like
Hang
if
on.
there's enough trees.
What is our like main goal here? Like, are we just going to confront this person, or are we actually going to do something about it? Or
I'd like to get there and see if we can like listen in or find some sort of correspondence.
okay, so
Linking
it's
him to-
recon sort of is
Yeah.
our main objective here.
And failing that, what is our allowed
That's
and
a
nasty
strategy.
approach? Can we? Are we just gonna start kicking ass and then see if we can find this guy?
Because I think he's supposed to be like a governor, though. So we are already in shit
Yeah.
with these people, but I think take if worst happens, I think assaulting a governor might make our further travels quite difficult.
But he shouldn't even be here, right? This is the Repartum jurisdiction, and he's from Alterum.
Well, Terum
Elias?
it's also part of the Dominion, isn't it?
Oh, it's like a vassal of.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So we can't just
Do
go and
we-
murder him without having a
What
reason.
was
Well,
what was
if we get
Barak's
caught,
exact
if we
task?
get caught, then we.
I know if we get caught, then we murder him. But like that's not the objective.
What was the question, Yuey?
So what exactly was it that Sparax had asked us to do?
You tell me.
He just wanted us to investigate.
I
Yeah.
think that
It
was.
was
sort
just
of-
suspicious that Fimbria is here now.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we should
probably
have questioned him a little bit more. What do you want us to do?
I think, or you think Elias's plan sounds quite good. Maybe wait for darkness and then try to sneak in, maybe discover some incriminating documents or eavesdrop on some
Yeah.
conversation.
And maybe just like stake the place out, like watch and see if there's any patrols or anything like that. Like he's really good at doing that.
Yeah, comings and goings and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Adair just warns that she's got 2 left feet and isn't very good at sneaking. So recon isn't her strong suit. She might give this away.
Yeah. Same for Yuey. He's more of an academic.
So, what was your point, Breaker, about the sort of vassals? What were you saying about that?
I was just kind of confirming the relationship here because it seems like something that Sparix had said was that Thimbrian is very far north, like outside of the jurisdiction of Altirum, and close into Rupertum. So why would that be? And that's suspicious alone. Like, why is he not in his own city?
Yeah, it was also about the timing of when he came this side.
But we don't have any evidence of what's going on, so
Mercator
you can't kill a man unless you know you ought to.
Okay, so what is your plan? So you want to do recon? You want to do like set up a hide and watch the fort or the path? Do you want to wait until nightfall? Like, what's the plan of approach here?
Maybe Yuey and Adair can sit tight here and watch for patrols and stuff. Elias will try and get closer to do some reconnaissance. Breaker, are you sneaky?
Come on, we've snuck before.
Yeah,
We've sneaked.
yeah.
We're long-time sneakers.
Yeah, I think Breaker, you should
Sneak
get
bros.
with on the reconnaissance.
Okay, so bearing in mind you're on the path now, right? So Yuey and Adair, where do you like? What do you want to do? You want to stay on the path and watch the path, or like what exactly are you doing here?
Hang on, just Yuey, do you have some sort of way of communicating with others that you could potentially charm them so that we have some sort of line of...
So I don't see it.
I do, but only within a short distance.
I see.
So I could whisper to someone that I could see.
Mm.
If Elias and Breaker go into the fort, then they're out of my range.
Okay. Yeah, I could talk to other druids, but not... Okay.
What's the time now?
You traveled for about half a day, so it's early afternoon, mid-afternoon.
So let's
And
say
is there a lot of movement around the fort, or what's it seem like?
So again, it's quite far away. So you've just come over a crest, and you can see the sort of fort set against the spur of the mountain to the south. So it's relatively far away, but the only reason you saw somebody was because of their skylining behind the crenellations, right? So it's still pretty far away. It's a good distance. So apart from that, you can't see any movement.
So I think should we get a lot closer?
Yeah.
And then we can Yuey and Adair can sort of find some place where we can sort of get a good view of the comings and goings, and then maybe Elias and Breaker and maybe Tanok can try to sneak in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're all moving closer.
Yeah. Adair says if if shit hits the wall, try find a way to indicate that you guys need backup. Blow something up or and we'll
Yeah.
come.
Will do.
Okay. So you're all approaching this fort. How close do you want to get to this fort before you kind of split off into your various things?
Is there like a tree line surrounding the fort, or some sort of like cover as kind of close as we get that we can hide in?
It's wooded all the way up till the fort, pretty much. So it's a heavily wooded area.
Yeah, then I think we can go quite close then.
Yeah. If we
Okay.
can get like 120 feet, that would be great. Because
Okay.
we've got message spells that that's the range of them, so we'd be able to communicate.
Okay. So you're all moving through the forest until you get about 120 feet away, and at that point, Yuey and Adair are going to break away from the group, and you're going to watch the path. Is that correct?
Yeah. Look for any.
Okay.
comments.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and then Elias and Breaker, you are going to approach the fort and get as close as you can get, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just moving up the path until you get to that point, and then you're breaking
No,
away from
we're
the
not
path.
moving on the path. We're moving through the trees.
Okay. And you're just going to walk through the woods.
Well, when you say it like that,
I think we can walk for a bit and
I
then
think we should roll stealth.
Yeah, if you'd like to roll
probably
stealth,
walk
you
for a
can.
bit and then get stealthy.
Sure. If you'd like to roll stealth from whatever point, you tell me what point you want to start actually being more stealthy from.
I think.
Should we go up front?
Yeah. Oh, we've got a map.
Ooh.
So we're coming in from the southwest.
No, so this map isn't oriented, right? So you would need to turn it like facing upwards. So it's not oriented, basically.
Yeah.
But it's
So
against the mountain spur as you approach.
So because this tree line, you said it extended like all the way up to the fort.
Yeah, so it is
Can
wooded all the way up.
you like actually be like right up to the wall almost, and still be in like good cover? Or is like the tree line is the
Yeah, it's basically it is wooded all the way up to the wall. However, as you can see, the path continues to the fort. Now you want to break away 120 feet away from the wall of the fort, right? And then you want to.
I think actually, as we approach and see that there's like heavily wooded all the way up to the fort, I think we can approach or come in quite a lot closer.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Well, at
So you're all
100.
going to stay together, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Sneaking through the woods, not on the main path.
Yeah.
Sure. Do you want to roll me stealths?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is probably going to be so terrible.
Ah, yes, that's how you do it.
3.
Okay.
10.
You guys are spoiling my natural 20 here.
And what point did you actually start trying to be stealthy from? 120 feet, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Okay, and then roll me perceptions. Everybody, please roll perceptions.
9.
Mm-hmm. Yep, call them out as you roll them.
16.
19.
14.
Okay, so Breaker and Elias, So you're kind of trying to move stealthily. Like branches are breaking under feet and snapping from some of the other members in the party who aren't moving quite so stealthily.
We were ahead.
And Breaker and Elias, you see as you're sneaking through the woods and you're approaching this fort, you're kind of noticing conspicuous areas on the ground which look very different from other areas.
In what way?
It's like piles of sticks and leaves.
Oh no.
Like big mounds?
No, more or less flat against the ground.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I stopped the party. Silently just like stop the party.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go and investigate one of these mounds carefully.
Okay, what do you mean investigate?
I think that these might be traps. So I want to confirm that. So
Take
just
a
like,
stick and prod
like
it.
yeah, just like try and like lift up a stick and like feel and see if there's a pit underneath.
Okay, do you want to roll me a dex?
Sure.
Or if there's any more appropriate skill that you think might apply, feel free to roll that.
Dex, cool. Do you want a saving throw or just a dexterity check?
Just dexterity check. As you're approaching this, what you think is a trap.
21.
Cool. So you already stopped in the woods. It's relatively still in this area as you're approaching the fort. The walls are kind of looming high now, and you things are getting more and more tense. At least you're feeling more tense as you approach, and you spot what you think of these traps. Elias, you stop the party and you move forward. Indeed, this looks like they are pit traps that have been dug and placed at sort of random points on the approach to this fort.
I'd like to. Can I shift? Like if there's a pit trap that can that I can see the path from, I want to lift up the sticks, like move them aside, see how deep the pit is, because maybe we can use this as the hide.
Okay. Sure. I mean, the pits are probably, they're not quite 10 feet deep, and they're more than 5 feet. They're like maybe 6 or 7 feet deep, something like that. So you could probably build a makeshift hide out of one of these. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Adair, Yuey, I don't want you coming any closer because there seem to be a lot of these around. But if you two sit tight here and watch the path, Break and I will carry on to the fort.
Okay,
Sure.
cool. There weren't like spikes or anything weird inside those.
There is.
Yeah.
There are pit traps with spikes in the bottom, but you can remove those and turn it into a makeshift hide.
Okay. Yes.
If you would like to.
Can we attempt to do so?
We'll let you figure that out. Let's go.
Yeah, then Break and Elias are gonna go on ahead, I think.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of construct this makeshift hide to watch the path, and Elias and Breaker, you're going on ahead. So tell me how you're approaching. You're just going to keep stealthing up to the wall of this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we not wait and see for a little bit? Just kind of case out the joint.
Yeah, if we're in a position where we can like see the walls and stuff, then I guess we can watch it for a bit.
Okay, it's pretty heavily wooded. You're probably going to have to get within about 50 feet to clearly see the walls. What are you trying to see? Just the walls or the crenellations on top?
Let's get closer then and see crenellations probably, or listen out for anything.
Or any
Okay.
other entryways.
Right.
Yeah.
Roll me stealth, guys. Whoever's approaching the walls.
I got a 12.
You're muted.
23.
Okay, Breaker, you're being super stealthy. You're kind of like sliding among the undergrowth, like you're on a hoverboard or something, like moving aside these things. So you and Adair, you've constructed this hide. You've pulled the spikes out of the bottom, and you've already got almost like a roof to this little hide, right? Because of the way that these traps have been constructed. So you're like hunkering down in this pit, and you've got a really good view of the path, and you're well camouflaged. As you're approaching the wall, Elias and Breaker, and Yuey and Adair, you can hear this. You just hear a snap of a branch about 50 feet, less than 50, about 50 feet away from the wall. And it's one of those really awkward moments where there's just the snap, and then there's this silence of a few seconds that just seems like it's forever. And you can hear shouting, "Twabs!" And Elias and Breaker, you can see somebody who's on the battlements. They're wearing a bronze helmet. I'll tell you exactly what they look like now. This guy looks like this. I'll drag you across to the setting page. He looks like this. And he's equipped with a bow. He's quite a... So you see this guy on top of the battle.
Oh, good luck.
It's humongous.
And he's armed with a bow, and you can hear him there's like loads of shouting, there's loads of commotion coming from within the fort. And you also hear it's quite a you hear this. You hear this like breaking sound. There's all sorts of commotion coming from within the fort, and basically it's kicking off. Do you want to roll initiative? Actually, cliffhanger.
Let's take a little break.
It's time. Yeah. Let's take a break.
Cool. Be right back.